Welcome to my channel. This channel is Cash Love 111. And here we do all kinds of readings, but today we're doing the solar plex chakra. I'll have to think for a minute because tomorrow we're doing the heart chakra. We're doing a challenge. I'm challenging myself to do all the chakras in a row as soon as I can, like every day. And they've been taking a lot of energy out of me just doing the chakras, tapping into everybody's energy to help people with their chakras. So this is an experience of and I'm also feeling, I don't know if who's feeling these pains, but I'm feeling pains. Like I got my shoulder pain and stuff. But yeah, I've had to take naps. Anyways, I'm recharging right now too. So I just made burgers, homemade burgers, and we have them. I just had a little puff over here of my 420. It's my medicine. It's helping me with my shoulders. So my shoulder is hurting, and then my left knee keeps giving out. Like you know how I was making jokes when I was doing my making my burgers. I was making jokes saying that I'm weak at the knees for not what people think. Like normally what people get weak at the knees for. So we're gonna do all signs reading from Aries to Pisces. But yeah, so let's start out with the angel readings, but also like what I offer. I do offer private readings or private personal readings. And the way I do them is you email me your questions or the type of reading you would like. And then I send you a link, and then it's you and me, one-on-one reading, and nobody else has that link except for you. And that is sent to you by your email. I can send it to some people in Facebook Messenger if that's what you have. Like if you can connect with me that way, then I can send it to you that way too. The link, but that's the best way that I do readings. I don't really like doing in person readings for anyone. For me, I like doing online. That's why I started doing it online, and I like it online, and I like it that way better. Um, because I am an empath and I don't really want to embody people's and everybody's energy that I do a reading for, right? Like I don't want to embody it physically, being around them. It is like a strong energy for me, and it does affect me as a light worker. It does affect me, so I have to be careful of how I use my energy that I have. But anyways, the angels that are going to be with us today is Archangel Raziel. I am bringing you uh, aesthetic information, symbols, and helping you with your spiritual understanding. That's the first angel, Archangel Raziel. And then we have divine timing, Archangel Rahu. Everything is happening how it's supposed to with hidden blessings. Oh no, uh, everything is sorry. Archangel Rahu. Everything is happening how it's supposed to. Look past the illusion and see the underlying order. So everything's happening in divine timing, and everything's going to balance out. There's a justice there. And then we have all is well. We have Archangel Jeremiah. Everything is happening how it's supposed to with hidden blessings. You will understand. See, I knew that angel was here. I must have known because I was reading that one as Archangel Rahul, and this is actually Archangel Jeremiah that says that. But he was here. So I already knew who was here before they were here because I was reading them another message. And the next message is we had this message yesterday as well. So victory. You will have victory in whatever you're doing. Everything that you manifest right now is going to come to fruition, whether it's good or bad. So make sure it's good. That's why I remind everybody. If you're going to manifest or anything that, the energy is very strong right now because we just had a new moon in Aries. And that's that taking off energy, right? So, Archangel Santa Paul, your prayers have been heard and answered. Have faith. So, if you've been praying for something, have faith that everything is exactly how it's supposed to. With hidden blessings, you will soon understand and see past the illusions of things, right? There may be something that you may not be seeing, right? So, So always take what resonates and leave the rest behind in this channel. And not we're not all in the same stages of life that we're dealing with. And so it's going to be different for everyone because these are general. And so we have compassion, Archangel Zedical. Soften your heart with the respect of all people involved, including yourself. Have compassion for yourself and others. So we're gonna do the solar plex chakra today. The solar plex chakra. Let me put my glasses on so I can read it for you guys. So the solar plex chakra, how it can affect you if you are off balance with it. So that is like your upper abdominal stomach area. It's the yellow one. It's about your self-esteem and confidence. And it's about recharging, feeling energy, like feeling like you have the energy to do things. When you're feeling drained, that's also like that can affect your confidence, that can affect your self-esteem when you're low in energy, right? So this is about recharging that energy. Do whatever you have to do, recharge it, do cleansing baths, go for walks, nature walks, get fresh air, do whatever you have to do, do some pampering your body, do whatever you have to do to gain your confidence and your self-esteem back if you feel like low in it, right? That's just my personal advice because I am one of those people that will give to my too much. I'll put too much on my plate and that I can't handle sometimes either too. So you know what I mean. I think I can handle it, but then I really do cannot. So it says blockages in this area of the chakra are often experienced through diagnostic issues like heartburn, unclear heartburn, eating disorders, or indigestion, or it is the chakra of our personal power. That means it is related to our self-esteem and our self-confidence. Hello, Alexandra the Great. Welcome, 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 welcome. So we're working on this chakra for everyone today. We're going to see what is something that you may need to work on or what have you been working on. It will kind of tell me in the reading. So take what resonates, take it how it resonates, and leave the rest behind. Today was my birthday. Blessings. Blessing me, my birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. I just had another person that had the birthday on my other channel when I was live on my Cast Love 420. So my kitty cat, she is being bad again. Sage, please stop. See, there's always interruptions when you're wanting to do things, right? This is why I need a space away from my home that I can do this for you guys. Like an office, you know what I mean? Where I go to and there's no interruptions. I had to reschedule the reading today. Like when I set the readings up, I never really know exactly what my day is going to be like. So I really don't know exactly what I'm going to come live. But I'm trying to, kind of figure it out. So I got the heart chakra reading for tomorrow set. So welcome to my channel, everybody. All right, we're going to start with Aries. So what does Aries need to work on when it comes to their solar plexus chakra? Their self-esteem and their that's very distracting. I'm gonna go lock her in my bedroom. Just 1 second, guys. Sorry about that. That was a little much, eh? So let's start over with Aries. Okay, let's start over. I'm going to put the cards back and then we're going to start over with Aries. All right, so Aries, we're going to start Aries at 10:10. 10:10. All right, let's see. What is something that, how can Aries feel more recharged in their life and have more self-esteem? And more confidence. More self-esteem and confidence. How can Aries have a better confidence in their, and also self-esteem? All right, so we have passion at the bottom of the deck. So, being there, learn from also, like, if you're a younger person, learn from the elder, if you're younger than the older person, or if you're the older person, have somebody read for you, talk with the younger ones. The younger ones talk to the older ones. They have a lot of wisdom and knowledge that can really help you in your life. And it would also give you confidence, and also a lot of, like, it helps you to, like, learn things. Just so we have gratitude. So that always reminds, so you could have, like, women in your life that are, somebody that you're grateful for, right? They're there for you when you're feeling confused and stuff like that. So I see that. So we have gratitude, we have bittersweet. Bittersweet. We also have, so the first one was, I asked, how can you regain your confidence and self-esteem? And these are the first two cards that came out. Like, you've been a victim in your life, right? You've been a victim of love. Somebody's hurt you when it comes to love, Aries. So you're going to recover, and you're going to be grateful for the people in your life that helped you get there. So you are grateful. It could be bittersweet. You may want something else, but you may be able to, you may want love now, but it may have not happened when you wanted it. But in the meantime, while you didn't have love in your life, may have had a good person, like a good friend in your life, that was there to, to celebrate with you. You're grateful for them, and you have a lot of compassion. Somebody may have been there when you felt very confused about your self-esteem and your confidence. So you had like, I see this as, like, if I'm reading, I feel like I'm reading for feminine in this Aries reading here. So far, this is, like, coming out as, like, feminine energy. And if you're not a female, if you're a male Aries, then then you could be dealing with someone like that in your life that is very grateful for, for someone in their life. So we have the Three of Cups that popped out. So I feel like maybe you've been wanting to, like, celebrate more and stuff like that, and you will. It, like, when we're going through stuff, sometimes a good friend is all we need. When we're going through heartbreak and victimhood from our heart, and we need to recover, the best thing is sometimes, to be around people that we can, be there for, give our time to, and that are there for us, right? Being grateful for the people, that the bonds that we have, and the bonds and connections we have with the other people in our life that are may not be, um, they may not be, like, someone that would hurt you. They would be there to be grateful to have you in their life, to be in your life. And it could be bittersweet, right? But at least you have clarity, right? So how can you gain more confidence from this victimhood? How can you heal and recover from victimhood when it comes to your heart, and have more confidence in yourself, Aries? Sun, Moon, Rising, in Venus, masculine and feminine. So we have the Knight of Swords and the Ace of Cups. So when you know that you're recovering from the betrayal that happened to you, then you can offer somebody, like, real love. You can open up your heart, because these people in your life have shown you how to open up your heart even when your heart is broken, right? So you are strong and full of energy and ready to take on the world. So, you have recovering, or you have recently recovered from being a victim of like someone hurting your heart and breaking your heart. Um, Something that may have tricked you, you know, that's victimhood. Um, but you've recovered from it, and now you're stronger, and you know how to love stronger. The Ace of Cups. You open your heart and receive the emotions around you. That's what you did. You know, you open your heart and you receive the love and emotions around you, and that helped you heal. It may not be exactly how you expected it to happen, but it did. And it was bittersweet, you know. It could have been, you know, you could have been celebrating your birthday. Yeah, happy birthday. You just had your birthday, you know. You may have had a birthday and may have not gone exactly how you wanted, but the people that loved you were there. You know, what is this gratitude for, Aries, in helping them in their self-esteem and confidence? Resilient. You realize how resilient you are, and you're grateful, you know, for someone that may have told you that you're very resilient, that you know, very powerful. Believe in yourself and have the courage to continue. Yeah, you're. Talks about resilience up here, not giving up. And these people in your life, or this person or people in your life, may have helped you to not give up, you know, even after, and find your balance after you've been hurt, Aries. So this is going to bring your confidence back. But I feel like you haven't had a lot of peace or moderation in your life, and I feel like that is what you're doing now. You're doing that self-discipline and loving on yourself. Like I said, masculine, feminine right now, and the masculine's coming out. We got Taurus, Gemini energy here. Says you think things through and from all aspects. King of Swords. So you may have learned something here from someone here that may have like taught you something. You know, even like people that are karmic in our life. Some people are a lesson, some people are a blessing, you know. And you know, they do teach us stuff. Even the people that are not good to us, they've taught us not to accept that, right? So let's see. What is it that you're doing to gain your confidence and recharge your batteries now? What are you doing, Aries, to regain your confidence and recharge yourself? Look at that. Empress came out. So you're nurturing yourself. You're taking care of yourself. And you always know that so this brings you confidence to know that if something doesn't, or someone doesn't appreciate you, there's other options out there. There's many fish in the sea, as they say, right? So when you take care of yourself and love on yourself, then you're always going to feel that, yeah, like it's fine, like, you know, there's always more, there's always someone else, there's always options out there, right? You never feel out of options when your confidence is high and your energy is high. Even when someone hurts you, you can move forward after you recover from, like when your heart heals, and then you can see the options because you've been taking care of yourself. So why is the Seven of Cups here with the Empress when it comes to how you're recharging yourself? Maybe you're looking to see, you know, options on what would help you recharge yourself. Because, okay, so you got the Queen of Pentacles here. So you're really staying authentic self. You're staying, you're generous. You focus on your home and your family and success and your abundance. So that's what you focus on. And this is what's helping you to keep on recharging yourself and realizing there's options out there. So you really think things through. You really make sure your mind is rested when you make the decision. You really see things from all aspects. And this is bringing you success, Aries. And confidence, you know, brings success, right? So that's how you're getting there. All right, so that's what I got for you, Aries. Hope you like that. That is for the solar plex chakra, how to recharge yourself. You know, staying confident in yourself and see and realizing how resilient you really are, and you may have been there really for others. You've been a compassionate person for someone, you know. You may have given your time, you know, volunteered your time for someone, and that may have helped you heal, right? That's what we got. You know, this is why I don't like to chat all the time, because I need to keep my energy for the readings, because I do have to speak a lot. After readings, I don't really want to talk to anyone. Why are you deleting your messages, JB? Silly. All right, let's go to Taurus. All right, let's see. How can Taurus stay confident and stay recharged in their batteries? How can Taurus stay confident, and what Taurus has been doing to stay confident and recharge their batteries when they're feeling low in their batteries and their energy? How have you been doing to recharge your batteries? All right, so you've been going through some grief here, and you have learned to balance. You have learned to find balance between you and maybe two other people. I see this as like, you know, could be you could be a mother, you could be, you know, there's two children there, a mother, two children. You could be the children, but there's like even after grief here. So this is how you've been recharging yourself, is finding balance after, you know, going through grief, like finding the balance, and to spirituality, to fairness. And for some of you, Tauruses, you may have felt, or you may have a child that may have felt ignored, or you may be the child that may have felt ignored, you know, despondent, right? You may have felt ignored by your mother, or you may be the mother. Take it how it resonates. These are general. So, what else have you been doing to recharge your batteries? We're just going to call it that, because that is the solar plexus, like the sun, you know. It's your vitamin D. It's your, like, you know, serotonin. It's your happy. So you've been creating. You've been using the energy to create more. I have energy. So you have learned to create, and you also have learned to trust that, you know, that the grief that you felt, that was a completion, you know. And, you know, you may have been a victim in love too. I see that here. You may have been a victim in love that may have depleted you, but that has ended. And now you're learning to love yourself, learning self-love. After an ending, after, you know, grief and endings, like grief endings, like loss of someone. And I feel like you've been finding balance and creating here. Whoever you are in this, you've been creating here. Creating positive energy, creating clarity, learning to love your, like, to recharge your battery by giving yourself that love, self-love. And I feel like, so you still don't fully trust love, but there is compassion, you know. You do have compassion, and someone has compassion for you. They may, you know, there may be someone in your life that is, you know, being, you know, compassionate with someone, or you're being compassionate with someone, you know, someone's being there for you, helping someone to, you know, release negative energy, or, you know, thoughts and stuff like that, thoughts of trickery, and recharging yourself. That's what you're doing here, Taurus. There's no trickery. There's just self-love, and there's also compassion. Maybe you have someone in your life, you know, that's what they're doing. Being there for someone, right? So you may have some insecurities about the releasing the grief, right? But you will recover from this. You will be able to open your heart again, right? And something here is destined for you, Taurus. All right, so we see that in the other readings too. So sometimes doing things for others helps us to recharge our batteries too. You know, doing something kind for others helps us to release, you know, anything that we're holding inside. Even just talking about it, having a friend to talk to, right? That it helps us to learn to love ourselves and make sure we're grounded before we try to give too much to others, right? All right, let's go. I work, 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 work. That's how. That's awesome. Yeah, working does recharge your batteries too. Doing things, movements on never staying still like too long. Because stillness too long can create stagnant energy. You're right, JB. All right, see. How are you using how are you using this energy that you have, like your losses of, how are you learning to recharge yourself after all the losses and endings that happen in your life that have depleted you? How are you learning to find balance and create in your life and to open up your heart and love yourself too? How have you learned to do that? How have you learned to let go of grief and sadness? By knowing that you are, like, this is the nine of cups, by knowing that your wish fulfillment is coming in because you're letting go of the pain and the hurt and stuff. You've dealt with it long enough, and you're that's how we heal from it, is when we're sick of feeling like that. You know, that's when our mindset says, we need to love ourselves because we're still here for a reason, right? And you still have a destiny here. So everything has turned out well. Enjoy your success. So everything has worked out well. So you may have gone through some grief, but everything worked that you wished for is working out. So you're not left out. It's only in your head sometimes. I seen the eight of cups there is mentally leaving yourself out of positive things. That's what a lot of times I know Tauruses do. They leave themselves out of the fun. Let's see, how can you find balance when it comes to this energy here that you're feeling like this? Like, I feel three people. How can you find balance and fairness here? That's also a very spiritual card. How can you find balance here when it comes to this situation here and create with the situation that you're involved in here? Find fairness and balance and create by celebrating more, okay? And be on guard against people that want to just take from you, right? So also be on guard, hold back, and so be on guard when you're out there with people, whatever, when you're celebrating. Like, don't flaunt your have a lot, don't flaunt. If you've been blessed, don't flaunt it to everyone, right? Like, keep things close to you, right? So watch out for anybody trying to take from you, right? It says own your space, make your space feel good for you. So go out, but be aware of takers out there. Enjoy yourself, but don't let others take from you, basically. That's how you recharge, is by not letting others take more than what you can give them. Let's see. What is this celebration about here for Taurus? Friendship. Okay, so we got friendship here. Celebrating your success with others. So, yeah, celebrate your success with others, but don't let greedy people, watch out for the greedy people. Yeah. Or that only, the people that only come around when you're doing well. Watch out for those type of friends. All right. How can you have positive friendships in your life that will help you recharge your batteries? So we got the Two of Wands. We have a choice. Like, if you don't want to, if you feel drained by somebody, you don't need to be around them, right? But it says believe in your own personal power, right? So when you're feeling drained, withdraw from the people that make you feel drained. Like, go into your own space, something where somewhere where you just feel your own energy. So how are you recharging after being a victim of your heart and also things that ended? How are you learn to self-love, self-worth? How are you learning your self-worth and self-love after being hurt? and after painful endings. You've learned that life can be hard. But look around, and there's always someone that can help you, okay? So you may have gone through some poverty. So you know you don't want to be there no more, so you are moving into your own personal power. You are moving into a more structured life. We also got the Six of Swords. We got the King of Wands here. The King of Wands is someone that is like someone that's a leader, you know? So after things ended, painful endings that happen, and you've been a victim of pain and hurt and grief, um, you are being mindful of what you take with you when you leave a situation, right, that ended. And also you are stepping into your own personal power, King of Wands, and you're taking time to think before you act. So you're thinking before you act. So you take time for yourself to think for yourself before you act on things. That's what I see. And then you says that you're strong and full of energy. So that's how you recharge, is by doing all these things for yourself. And listen to your own spirit, like listen to your own soul. We all have a soul connection with our soul, right? And this card wanted to be read. It's the Page of Cups. It says, don't let your emotions get in the way of anything that you want to do. Don't let your emotions get in the way of anything you want to do. Take care of your emotions. Alright, we're going to have a little sip of my... Oh, we got our purple card. Then we're going to go to Geminis. I'm a Gemini too. Any other Geminis in the chat? I don't know who got my notifications today, but I did share it out. I did. Alright, Geminis. Alright, see, how have you been learning to recharge your battery? How have you been learning to recharge your battery? Having faith. And what's underneath that? Having faith, but how have you learned to recharge your batteries is like, there's guilt, but you have faith, that even even if, somebody feels guilty, like you have faith that things will change, right? So like if you needed more help and you're not getting the help, I feel like you have faith that that will change in your life. So that's how you recharge your battery. You have trust. You trust that things will change, right? Even though there's guilt there, you trust that it will change, right? Because you have faith. You have faith, the faith, the faith. You got to have faith, the faith, the faith. All right, Geminis, how are you doing this? How are you recharging your battery, Geminis? Geminis. Wisdom. You're recharging your battery with wisdom for love, because that's the green chakra, which is the heart chakra we're doing tomorrow. But you're learning about like wise ways of love, and that's how you're trusting something here, and you're having faith in the wisdom is how you recharge your battery. Is the wisdom about love. What you're learning about love is how you recharge your batteries. Yeah, that's what you're doing. How else are you recharging your batteries, Geminis? Ooh, Geminis. Give me one more card. Alright, angels. And it fell in reverse. Oh, we got two of them. And so, okay. Alright, so the way that instantly come to me is like, how can you recharge? Is like, okay, so this came in reverse is forgiveness, and then we got despondent. And I feel like they came in reverse because you are learning about love, you're learning about having faith, and and we learn from everything, so we don't need to feel guilty, right? So when I see this in reverse, I feel like if there's no, like, if you're not learning anything, then forgiveness can't happen, and then you just feel ignored, right? When you're mad at each other, you just feel ignored. So learning about it will help, right? So you have faith that it will help turn things around. And initially, I got like the way that you recharge is because, like, if somebody won't, like, if somebody is ignoring you, or if somebody won't forgive, or how did I feel it? How, if somebody won't forgive, you just ignore that. You just keep on going. Um, you're letting go of guilt because you're learning about love. And when we're learning lessons, we can forgive ourselves and others too. Is when we're learning things about that, right? So I feel like there's forgiveness, and maybe there needs to be some forgiveness about, like, somebody feeling ignored, because, like, I'm going to get into it here. All right, so that came in reverse. So there may have not been forgiveness yet in a situation. Maybe you're learning about that, learning wisdom about that, and maybe there's you may feel, or somebody may feel like they're ignored by you. There could be a child, or you could be the child that feels ignored. Um, because there needs to be some forgiveness. There has not been a forgiveness, and there is some guilt here. There is some guilt here too. But there is a lot of learning going on from this situation. There's a lot of wisdom when it comes to love, and also about your faith. This is testing your faith, right? Bottom of the deck is service. So being of service. So you may be of service. All right, let's get into it for Geminis. How are you recharging? You may be there for others that need you, and that helps you to recharge yourself, makes you feel good about yourself when you do things for others. Let's see, having faith in, what is that talking about for Geminis, how you recharge? You're having faith, and what is guilt talking about? How you recharge? I want to know how, I was going to say, I want to know about guilt. How you recharge from this guilt thing. So it says foresight, because you see things there, you see past that. Like, you see past the guilt, you see past that, you have the wisdom. You have the wisdom to forgive, but somebody here is being ignored, or feels ignored. But somebody actually thinks the world of you as well. And I'm going back to this card here, but see the world in there's someone sees the world in you. So we have foresight here. So I asked about guilt and faith, and this came out, finding your inspiration and taking action. So you're finding things that inspire you, and you keep on going with faith. And even if you feel bad, like, you still have to keep going, right? That's that Aries energy here. So what is it that you're feeling guilty about, or who's feeling guilty here? How are you recharging after feeling guilty? Even if you feel guilty, maybe you're feeling guilty for not being able to give your time to others. What are you feeling guilty here about, Geminis? And what are you doing to recharge, and why is guilt here? So this talks about family. So you may be focused really on, like, creating that legacy in your family, legacy and stuff like that. You may be creating that in your life. Um, and you may feel guilty of not being there for, like, when someone needs you. Maybe someone feels ignored. But I feel like there needs to be some forgiveness here. Okay, so what are you learning here? What is the wisdom that you're learning about love? What is the wisdom here that you're learning about love and forgiveness and despondency? So the Knight of Swords fell in reverse, and it says there's a lack of communication. or a lack of commitment, um, groundingness, or insecurity. So you're learning that there may not be forgiveness, or somebody may feel ignored. Like, there may not be forgiveness, but somebody feels ignored. But somebody doesn't know that they actually think the world of you, but there hasn't been forgiveness because it came in reverse. And there hasn't been forgiveness because of the Page of Pentacles in reverse. There hasn't been no commitment or no communication about something that maybe somebody may have been acting like a player, in and out energy, right? So that may be why somebody may have been in their ego, and that's why there hasn't been forgiveness, because someone's been in their ego. And there could be someone else involved in your life that feels ignored by you, but actually thinks the world of you. And that's the reason they felt ignored by you, because there's someone else. There's someone else that hasn't communicated. They haven't communicated. Oh, in the bottom of the deck we got the Lovers. They haven't communicated, and this is the Knight of Wands. They haven't talked about, like, how attracted they are to you, and that they love you, and they are the Emperor here, right? And they're very excited about you. But there needs to be forgiveness. How can there be forgiveness? So somebody needs to learn more and be more open to understanding spirituality, and ask Archangel Raziel to help them, because someone here is holding on too tight or holding back their energy. So how can there be forgiveness? Go by the book. There's the Hierophant here. Go by the book, and, like, don't hold back so much. Understand your higher belief, values, and personal boundaries. That's what this is about. It's about understanding your higher boundaries and spirituality. So you've been holding back because on forgiveness here, or someone here has been holding back in forgiveness because they don't understand themselves. They don't understand how to set spiritual boundaries in their life. Somebody who suddenly realizes why something ended as well. This is turning into, like, kind of like a love reading in a way. But that is what recharging here is. Recharging your heart. Forgiveness needs to happen. And that is what you keep on going, even though there needs to be some forgiveness. And so I see Geminis here, just keep on going to recharge. You just keep on learning more about it, is what you're doing, Gemini, is what I see. Welcome back. All right, we're going to move on to Cancers. And I'm going to make them a little more quicker, but I felt like that was... Somebody wanted a detailed reading there. All right. For Cancers, how are Cancers recharging their batteries and self-esteem? All right. We're going to stop taking reversals and everything like that. I'm just going to read the cards as they come out. Because that is, like, way too much job. That's way too much work for a general reading like this. Getting into it that deep. So, what needs to come out, the angels will tell me. Alright? So, Cancers, what you're doing to renew your energy and to have confidence is you're renewing your energy. You're learning how to renew your energy. And you're also being of service to others because you have a quest to go on. Or, in your life. So you're renewing yourself. That's why you renew yourself, because you are of service to others. You may be of service to others, and so you have to constantly do that. So you're already probably somebody that is like a caregiver, or somebody that needs to recharge their batteries all the time, right? So you already know that you have a quest to go on, that you need to have energy for, right? And so tell me a little bit more about Cancer, how you're doing it, how you recharging your battery. Because abundance was coming, like you're very abundant. because this quest that you're going on is very abundant for you, and you create the positive energy here. That's what I see. Look at that. Because you are somebody that may be of service to others, and you have a quest that you're going on, Cancers. And see, so you always renew yourself, and you're there for others, so you may pick up on other people's energy. So you have to renew yourself, cleanse your energy, and cleanse your aura and stuff like that, so that you can go on this quest and it can go after your abundance. Is what you're doing here, and create. You're also using your instincts, and you're also using your spirituality and prayer. So you're using prayer, and you may be talking to your spirit guides and stuff like that to recharge your energy. So that's what I see, because you go with your instinct and you create. That is very very straightforward message here for you, Cancers. I like that. I like when people don't make it hard for me to read the messages by being difficult. People that are difficult is also the reading gets difficult, alright? So that's very annoying sometimes. Alright, see how are you renewing your energy and gaining confidence in your life by renewing yourself? How are you renewing? What are you doing to renew your energy in your aura, Cancers? You have faith. Like I said, you do a lot of praying. You connect to spirit a lot. You connect to your spirit guides, your angels. And this is bringing in abundance. And you also are somebody that is aware of destinies and quests in your life. Like something is meant to be in your life. Something is meant, you're meant to go on a destiny. You are one of those people that understands that. And so you have faith. So you have faith in yourself and what you're doing. Wise service here, how's that helping you to recharge? Yeah, you may be someone that is a natural born leader as well, Queen of Wands. You may be a spiritualist. I may be talking to a Cancer that is like someone that is a reader or a practitioner of some sort, or like a spiritualist. It says that you are a natural confident. You're naturally confident. That's something you can count on all the time. And so this is why that's why you're good at service for others. You're good at serving others because they trust you. They trust you because you're a very confident person. What's this quest that you're going on that's bringing you abundance, that you know is going to recharge, that is recharging you as well, that's helping you going on this quest and is bringing you abundance and creation? We have the Tower and we have the Ten of Swords. So this may be something that may have ended abruptly in the past. This quest that maybe you were meant to go on, and by recharging and tapping into your own Queen of Wands energy and being a service to others has made you realize that the sudden realization that something that was very painful that ended is not over. There was some toxic things. There was some devil energy here. Self-limiting beliefs. So you may have not gone on this quest that would have brought you abundance, but now you're learning how to go on this quest to create and bring abundance into your life by taking this chance and going on this quest, something that you're guided to do. And this is bringing you in abundance and also creation, because you're using your instinct. You're using your mysticism, your connection to spirit, and you're also using prayer. That's what I see here. So, all of those things that you're using can overcome these things, right? Like the painful ending, the toxicity, like there could have been codependencies, addictions. You could be dealing with people that you may be helping people that have addictions or that have self-limiting beliefs, that don't have very much confidence in yourself. And you may bring their confidence up by telling them how good they are or telling them something good about themselves, Yeah, generosity. So you're being very fair with someone here. This is bringing you good positive energy. So yeah, it's bringing you good karma. So we have the Knight of Cups here because you have compassion. So this is bringing you in creation. you focus on your goals, and it will bring in great success. What did I say, Cancers? So you're learning how to recharge your battery by doing things for others, by giving of yourself, your confidence. If you have a lot of confidence and you have something to give to others. You know, if you have a lot of ideas, share them with others. That also is something that you can do. People that have a lot of one thing, they can share that with others, right? To give them some, whether it's confidence, whether it's ideas, whatever it is, whether it's like an open heart where you can just give positive affirmations, words. Those are all giving things to others. All right, let's go to Leo's. All right, so how are you recharging? And it always does feel to be able to give to others, like when you have enough to give. When you're drained, though, you don't have enough. It's not that you don't want to give of yourself, you just can't. Right? So let's go to Leos. So Leos are in joy energy. That's how you create, by being joy. You are the Queen of Wands as well, right? You are the one that's naturally confident, and you are a joyful person. That's what it says, Leo. That's how you create energy. You may be dancing. You may dance to create energy, positive energy in your life, to recharge your battery. That is the yellow chakra. So you may dance. You may dance to release, like, stress, or like grief. You may dance to do that, to recharge. How else are you using your energy to recharge? By going on this quest and doing something that is important for someone, like doing something, how do you say, out of your heart, doing something out of your heart. Compassion. So you have a quest that you're going on, and that's how you're recharging, and you may be somebody that's compassionate, being there for others. Like I said, we just talked about that, about giving your energy, and maybe you give positive affirmations. Maybe you go read books for elders in the nursing home. Maybe you go read stories, but you listen to your instincts as well. So you're going by your instincts, and you also pray. And there may be some guilt here. Something may be bittersweet. Somebody may have feel like they could have helped you a little bit more. But yeah, you find joy in dancing, maybe, and this is helping you to release stress if you're feeling stress. And so being able to be there for someone else, may be different for who you are. Some people might be this, some people might be this, right? So it helps you to recharge your batteries, Leos. All right, let's see. How are you using joy to release stress and gain new perspective ideas? Judgment. By answering the call to action, create new opportunities. That's how you create new opportunities in your mind, by being joyful in your life, by being happy and dancing. That's how you release the negative energy. And how do you listen to your instincts that will lead you to passion and your passionate quest that you're going on, that will recharge your battery? And how are you recharging your battery to go on this quest? Ooh. Queen of Wands. You're counting on yourself and your own confidence, and you're counting on that you're a natural born, that your natural confidence is the talent that you can call up on all the time, because it's always with you, because you're the Queen of Wands, right? And then we also have the Knight of Pentacles. In routine, you have maybe started a routine. Routine helps you. Leos, start a routine. Routine has helped you to recharge your batteries. And the bottom of the deck is everything has come to fruition in your life. You have experienced wisdom of every stage. So you have gone through a lot of different things. Yeah, you have personal growth. You have gone through personal growth. always means leaving something behind. So leaving this, the grief behind, right? So if you've gone through grief, you know, you deal with it by recharging your battery and keep on going. That's what I see for you, Leos. That's how you recharge. You're a natural born recharger. My kitty cat's scratching on my door in my room. But she was being rude. She was being very rude when I was doing readings here. So she can go stay in my room. My room is big. They sleep in there all day until I'm about to do a reading, and then they want to, give me all kinds of like meowing. All right, so we got done Leos. Let's go to Virgos. All right, Virgos, how are you recharging your battery? How are you gaining your self-esteem back? Ooh, they wanted to just come out. All right, Virgos, you're grateful. You're being very grateful. You have a grateful person in your life that you're grateful for. That's how you recharge your batteries and you expand. You may be doing things with others that expands your energy, and maybe going out doing stuff with others that it brings in happy energy, creative energy, clarity, gratitude. How else are you recharging, Virgo? By accepting the things you cannot change. I always say that it just says acceptance, but accepting that nobody's perfect, and accepting that when you need the love, you're gonna feel it from the other side. Like if you're missing someone from the other side, or if they're always there with you and you need them, is what it's showing me. So that's how you're expanding and changing and recharging your energy. And you see things from all perspectives. See, you are Virgo. You are somebody that looks into it deeply, because you are the hermit. The hermit like shines the light on things, right? So, seeing things from a different perception, having a different perception of something is helping you to accept something, Virgo. And this could be about your heart and making you feel grounded as well, because that is the root chakra. You have accepted something here and seeing things from a different perception. You have a different perception. This could be spiritual love as well. So, on the bottom of the deck, we have release. So, you have a different perception of letting go and letting God, right? Like accepting the things that you cannot change and releasing the thought that you have to do it all by yourself. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you don't have to do it all by yourself. You're not immortal, You may be the hermit, but you're not immortal, right? So there needs to be some forgiveness as well. So maybe it's on someone else's part, right? But there's acceptance here and seeing things from all aspects. But there is gratitude and expansion here as well, and acceptance and perception and releasing. So there's all good messages. What are you grateful for? So what is this person that you're grateful for that helps you to recharge your battery? So because that's gratitude here. And it talks about finding your inspiration to take action. So foresight. So you may have a friend or like your mother or somebody in your life that you're very bonded with in your heart, and this person may help you to see the future a little bit, like see things from like a different perception, like different, yeah. Somebody helps you see things for you, like you're grateful for someone that has a foresight. They can help you find your inspiration. So how are you expanding and how's this helping you? How are you expanding and how's this helping you to recharge your batteries? By manifesting, by knowing that you have all the tools that you need to create something here. Anything that you imagine you can do is real. If you can imagine it, you can achieve it. If you can believe it, you can achieve it. And also, resilience here, not giving up, is when it's going to get it done. Hey, welcome. I like all the emojis. Thank you. So the challenge, you like, it says there may be a challenge, but you can always take, you can do it because you have everything you need to overcome a challenge. So this is how you're expanding your energy. You know, more is always better, right? So what are you accepting here and seeing things from a different perception? So you're accepting something here that is your intuition. You use your intuition to set your moral compass, and then you accept the things you cannot change, but you also know what you're okay with morally and what you're not okay with morally, right? And then we have the Eight of Wands, which is forward movement. So accepting the accepting that you don't need to be perfect either, seeing things from a different perception, and letting go of all the stress in your head, and knowing that you can set your own compass, like what is good for you, what do you think is right for you, you know, what is justice for you, right? That's when you can move forward. And if you have all the tools to move forward, and if there's a challenge that you can do this challenge, that is actually recharges your batteries, is to have the knowing that you have the knowledge and you know enough, and it doesn't matter if you know it overthinking doesn't make things better. So you've realized that, so you accepted that and seen things from a different perception. I can't say certain words sometimes. Point is on you. Thank you. So things are going to start happening for you, okay? So once you set your moral compass, you know, like lines you won't cross, things that you're not okay with, that's when you can go out there and make some decisions in your life. When you're like, when somebody's testing you, like when the devil's testing you to see like if you will accept something that you don't really have to accept because there's better out there. That's kind of like the moral compass. If your morals don't agree with it, then you should keep on looking for something that your morals agree with, right? So I feel like that you have all the power to do that here. So, and then we have the bottom of the deck, we have the Ten of Cups. Everything you have planned has worked out, in your life, and love life. And love life is good. All right, so you've gone through some really painful things, but you come out of it like better than you went into it, you know? You're stronger, you're more resilient, you've learned a lot, and you release that stuff now, you know? You can release that stuff now. And that will help you to stay focused on your home, your family, and your success. So that's what I got for Virgos. Alright, so Virgos, now we're going to go to Libras. Thank you so much for being here, everybody, and thank you for the likes. Thank you for the likes. Hit that like button. It's free. Smash that like button. Love this channel. The more you love, the more you send me love to this channel by hitting the like button, sharing me out. And even if you'd like to donate or order a reading, that is all love. All of it is love. Being in chat, telling me if it resonates or it doesn't, like if you are a certain sign, if like I love hearing that, if it is, like I love being able to connect with you guys. All right, Libras. All right, see how do you stay confident and recharge your batteries? How do you stay confident and recharge your batteries? Libras. How do you stay confident and recharge your batteries? I gotta stretch my legs. That could be why my knee is bad too, because I've been sitting like, you know, crisscross. All right, so you keep on recharging by realizing that you can expand at any time, that you have expansion here. There's forgiveness, and there's perception. Perception. So there's having a different perception, forgiveness, and also expanding. This is how you recharge, is by knowing there's always a way. Where there's a will, there's a way, right? So Libras, this is what I got: forgiveness and then perception. See things from a different perception. Also, that's what I see is what's helping you to regain your energy and have clarity as well about how energy works and how you can use that energy to expand and dissipating. So basically, this is all like God. This is like fake happiness. See, that's like the solar plex chakra. So a lot of things you see on TV and stuff like that is fake. Like a lot of those videos of like that are like quickly made and that are like all these beautiful results on things. Those a lot of those are fake. Um, that's why you should never compare yourself to any of those videos or like things that in those videos, because a lot of those videos, those people are not actually doing any of those things. It's all fake. So, but anyways, that's what is decepting. Not everything on TV you see is true. So this is helping you to expand too, not to believe everything you see, right? This is helping you to expand your energy too. See, tell me one more card of how Libras expand their energy. You have compassion. It's bittersweet. So there could be a birthday party that you get invited to or that you go to, and could be bittersweet. And there's also compassion here. Compassion. So that's how you expand your energy, by giving to others that may need your energy, right? Like, like this reminds me of someone that, doesn't have a lot of visitors, or, they're older, they stay like home a lot, or they're in a nursing home, and they would love to hear somebody come and do like, talk to them, hang out with them, play games with them, or even do like read a book for them. That's all having compassion for others, right? And that recharges your battery, is what it's showing me here. And you forgive because you have a good spirit. You forgive, and this, you see things from a different perception. What is this? Perfectionist. You forgive that nobody's perfect. You forgive that too. What is that? You can't be perfect. Nobody is. So what is perfection here? How do you recharge, and why is perfection here and forgiveness? You've forgiven yourself for not being perfect, okay? And that is good that you're doing that. This is going to help you to recharge yourself and to know that you stay confident, because that's the Queen of Wands comes out. Because when you're trying to be perfectionist, you're going to have to that's your ego, right? Like, so you have to forgive that you can't be perfect. Nobody can. Right? Nobody's really can be perfect. Nobody will ever be perfect. So we got the Queen of Wands again. So you're naturally confident, and it is a talent you can call up on all the time. So that's like a part of you that you can say, I need you right now. Like, I need confidence right now. I need to have confidence right now. So then it comes to you, right? So, but nobody's perfect. So that is perfection. And forgiving that you're not perfect, Forgiving that nobody's perfect. But this is helping you. So, yeah, you don't have to hold back so much, Especially with family and stuff like that. Open up, Don't be so. Don't think that you have to be perfect. Nobody does. Nobody has to be perfect, okay? So how can you expand your energy, your positive energy, and recharge yourself by expanding? How can you expand? How can you recharge by expanding your energy for Libra? Um, by stepping back from everything and gain a different perception. Seeing things from a different perception. That is the word that I was using for perfection. They're different words. But yeah, that's how you can expand by looking back and seeing what would be a best move for you, right? And then we have the Three of Pentacles, which is talking about uh, reaching out for help when you need it, is what it's saying. So look back from a situation and how can you expand your energy and, make more of it with yourself, and how you expand it, and by looking back and looking at your options of it, looking at the options that you have, you can see where you need help or where you need to ask for help, right? Because nobody can do it all by themselves. So if you have to ask for help, then that's okay. You ask for help, you see what type of person you need, what kind of skill do they have. You have to make sure that the skill that you're looking for, the person has that skill so that they can help you, right? So when you need help, and the only way that you're going to be able to see how you need help on expanding in your energy is by seeing it from a little bit from a farther. Don't be so, if you're in the eye of the storm, you can't really see the storm, right? When you're outside of the storm, you can see the storm, right? So that's what you have to kind of do, is get out of that and look at it and see where you need help, like where you could use some help, right? And then ask for it, or where you could be of help as well, or where you need help. Like, that's what I'm saying here. It could be bittersweet. And then we got the Page of Cup on the bottom of the deck. When you make your decision, you take action, right? So when okay, that's Eight of Cups, I want to keep on going for my Nine of Cups, right? That's like a game that they play on a game too. Like, do you want to risk it all and go forward, or do you want to just settle with the Eight of Cups, or do you want to go for your Ten of Cups, right? So that's your choice here, right? So it basically says when you make a decision, emotional decision, you can go forward here. And then on this one here it says, don't let your emotions get in your way of anything that you want, right? So don't let your emotions get in your way. Make a decision, make a decision, and then move forward, right? If it's not your Nine of Cups and that's leading you to your Ten of Cups, then you know that there's more out there, right? That's what you got to do. So let's see about compassion and bittersweet. How's this helping you to gain but more energy, Libras? You're May 23rd, 91, Gemini. Right on. I am Gemini. I'm 95. I mean 95, 75. My son is 95. All right, let's see. How can you expand your energy by being compassionate and something is bittersweet? So we got the Taurus energy investment here. It says that looking back on what you have achieved gives you a learning to your gain. Oh, a learning to your goal. So when you look back, even if it's not exactly what you had hoped to be there by or have at that time, by looking back on what you have learned from something, that can help you to move forward here. And having this about having compassion and about something being bittersweet. Like, what was the good, what was the bad. So if you've invested in the past, like, even if you lost, like, what was good about it? Like, what did you learn from it? And the bottom of the deck here says, be careful of your focus doesn't lead you to your doesn't close you off to your new future. And that is like missing an opportunity of something, somebody offering you love. So let's see. What is it that you're not supposed to miss an opportunity in here? Love. Okay, if like, so Three of Swords, that's also about like being hurt. Don't dwell on that, is what it's saying. If you dwell on the negative, then you're going to create more of it, right? So like, don't dwell on the broken heart that fell in reverse, and then And burdens. Like, don't dwell on the burdens and the broken heart. And that goes along with the other card there with your emotions. Don't let your emotions get in the way of what you really want to do, right? And here is showing me that holding back, right? So, like, see things from from the outside and look in, and see everything that you learned from a situation that you may have invested in, but you may see that it's bittersweet. And don't be scared to love again, and think of it as a burden, because you've gained a lot of knowledge and wisdom and also success. So, how can you keep recharging and keep on going forward here for Libras? How can you keep on recharging and going forward even if you feel like a setback? We have the Virgo card of Virgo here, which is about what you've learned. It is everything that you thought about, soul searched about, learned about, can help you go ahead in your life. So all the answers in your life are within you already because you have learned them. That's what the Hermit is. You just have to, find them one day, or in you, somewhere. You have to find the answer. And so, think things through. That's the Ace of Swords here. Uh, Speak your mind and solve your own problems. See, everything you've learned, you have the answers already, Libra. You can solve your own problems because you do have it all in there. Because the Virgo is a very learned person. A Virgo is a very learned, like a hermit. If you're the hermit, people that do a lot of learning, they may be somebody that may not come out of their house a lot, right? So they're learning, they're educating themselves. That's also the hermit. So you've learned a lot, so you can find your own answers that you need. One more card here. Your success is in the face of difficulty right now, so see past that, right? See the answers that you need to solve that problem. Solve that. So you may need some help, and that's okay. The help is out there. You just make sure that you ask the right person for the help that you need. Because if you ask the wrong person, they may say no because they don't know how, right? So that's a lot of times when people say no is because they don't know. And it's not that they want to say no, it's because they don't know. And so make sure that the person that you're asking for help, they know what you need and they can do what you need, right? You can't be upset with a person that doesn't have the knowledge that you need just because you need it and they're not the person. But yeah, that's how it works. You have to make sure that whatever you need to find the right people for it. All right, so now we're gonna go to Scorpio. I'm gonna have candy. I maybe have some M&Ms. We need to always feed. I said I had to fuel my tank so I have energy. I need some sweets today to fuel my tank. Oh, I'm gonna eat the yellow one because we're doing solar flex. And shirt is the only, these two shirts are the only thing yellow I had to wear. And I'm wearing my banana necklace today. And my banana earrings because Anna's gone banana. No, but yeah, so today that's the only yellow. And I know that bananas give you energy too. So I gotta get me some more bananas because I haven't had my bananas lately. My banana smoothies, I haven't had them lately, so I have no energy. So this is symbolically having bananas. But yeah, so I'm constantly working on recharging my chakras because I need to do that while I'm doing what I'm doing. Because I still want to have fun and I still want to go enjoy my friends, do things with my friends. I don't want to always feel like I'm drained from doing readings, but I love doing readings, but it takes a lot out of you. You know, do you remember you guys remember ET when ET heals the girl with the blind girl. It takes a lot of energy out of ET. You know what I mean? He's not dying, but he has to recharge. That's kind of how it works, but it's like energy. You're just like, yeah. I think tarot is a tool and a skill like any other tools that are useful. Yeah. And yeah, you can't abuse it, but you can use it. Mm-hmm. We're gonna do Scorpio. Mm-hmm. And it's getting like, it's not feeling as long anymore. Like it's getting easier to get through 12 zodiac signs. That's a lot, and we need energy while we're doing that. And self care. So, if for anybody else that wants to do what I'm doing, just know that you can do it if you learn how to recharge yourself and keep yourself grounded and stable and aligned with all your chakras. Because that's important for a healer to do. But yeah, if you're called to do it, you feel called to do that, then do it. Alright, Scorpios. How do you recharge your battery? Scorpios. How do you recharge your batteries? Persevere. You may have a friend and you just keep on going, you know? That's how you recharge your battery. You trust and you keep on going. You trust the universe because I see the universe in the background. I see all that orange, which is your sacral chakra, which is also trust. And you enjoy whatever you're doing, and that's recharging you. You're also wearing red and orange there. So you always feel grounded. You always trust that you enjoying yourself is moving forward, because the sacral chakra we did yesterday, it talks about your pleasure and your sexual pleasure and also your creativity. So I see the orange there, and I also see that you're very grounded, stable. You feel good, Scorpios, and that's how you recharge. Is you may hang out with a friend, somebody you're grateful for. You may hang out with your mother, your sister, somebody. But that's to me that's like the Empress because it shows the big belly. You could have a friend that's pregnant, somebody that's in you have a bond with, that you're grateful for. Compassion. You're there for others. You may even volunteer your time and donate your time to volunteer to read for others. You're grateful for somebody here. You're grateful for a feminine in your life. And even if you're a male, this person makes you feel very very loved and very feminine. That allows you to tap into your gentle, loving, grateful, passionate, persevering energy. Somebody that doesn't that doesn't give up on you is what I'm seeing here. And we got miracles and grief also, but you could be going through grief, but there is miracles that are coming here from the service that you may be doing. All right. So there's miracles on the way for you, Scorpio. So miracles are also recharging, right? This is the yellow chakra. This is also about your confidence, and also I feel like you've been going through grief and you've been of service to others, and you have been in confusing times, but there's always been someone here energetically loving you. You may be calling in your soulmate here. You may, your kids may feel ignored sometimes, or you may be the kid that feels ignored by your parents sometimes, but you think the world of them. All right, let's see. What is persevering here on how you recharge your batteries? Persevering, how you recharge your batteries for Scorpio. How do you trust that keep on going? How do you trust and keep on going? We got the Lovers, and we got the Sun card. So The lovers here, you could know a Gemini or a Leo here that, that could be your friend or that helps you, keeps you going, that doesn't allow you to give up. But how can you celebrate love today in your life? So the way that you don't give up and the way that you keep on going and the way that you recharge is by thinking how you enjoy love today. Like even if you don't with a romantic partner, how can you enjoy just in general love, right? And then and we have the sun card here, which is spreading your wings and flying. You just keep on going forward here, and you're going after what brings you pleasure and happiness and fun and warmth. So that's how you're celebrating your love now. And even if don't have a romantic partner in your life, you don't give up. You just, you keep on loving. You keep on loving the people that are around you. And this is bringing you a lot of joy and pleasure in your life. Like you're really enjoying it. You're having fun. You're having fun. So what are you grateful for here that's helping you to recharge your battery? So everything that you have worked for is coming together for you. So everything that you worked for is coming together for you. And you've had this vision that is like you have had foresights about this. You have had this vision of this, that something was coming in. And this is what you're grateful for is that you have foresight. You can see if something is coming for you, that's coming in for you, right? So there's a new start coming in for you. The World card, which tells me here that everything that you have worked for is coming in. And also finding your inspiration to take action. So this is what's making you grateful is that you have kept on persevering. You've had people in your life that loved you, um, that loved you for who you are and now instead of like romantically just loved you and they were warm and kind and compassionate, and you're grateful for that person because they didn't let you give up, and now you are heading towards a new start, calling in a new start, and you kept your compassion open, you kept being compassionate. And it also shows me on the bottom of the deck here is that your personal growth, you have learned that also that personal growth always means leaving something behind, right? So you've gone through the spiritual uh, awakening. So what is bringing you victory in your compassion and love and all that in your life, miracles? We have the Queen of Pentacles here. Is staying focused on your family and success. That's what you're focused on. You're focused on your home, your family, and success. That's what's bringing in miracles in your life. And the miracle card is yellow. And you've gone to grief already. And you've been of service, and now you are receiving your abundance, and you are just and because you've been focused on your home, your family, and and like long-term success, right? So it says don't let your feelings get in the way. All right? So and whenever you make a decision, you finally go, right? So there's no looking back. So if something didn't make you happy, you make that final decision. You're not going to let your emotions like control you from it, and you're going to make that decision, and you're going to go. And you're going to go, take this leap of faith, right? Your focus is your goal. Yes, your focus is your goal. And your focus is success, your home, and family. So that's what I see, Scorpio. Beautiful. Now we got the Hierophant. So some of you could be getting married as well. Or that is what you're focusing on. Alright, Saggy Wedgies are next. Yeah, I haven't been able to be there for my friends as much as I would like to lately either. But gotta do this. I gotta do my channels, man. Nobody's helping me with them, but so I gotta do it myself. Let's go to Saggies. How have you been recharging your batteries, Saggies? How have you been regaining your confidence? What have you been doing to regain your confidence? So always take what resonates, leave the rest behind. So what have you been doing to gain your confidence, Saggies? So you've been working on your energy, like vanity, like not feeling accepted. And I feel like a lot of you, the reason that you may feel like, like a fish out of water is another worry that you explain, that like you don't fit in. It could be because you're going through grief, but there is miracles that are happening in your life currently, right now, that are helping you to gain more confidence in your life. And there is people, or there is you are, whatever you're doing, you're going after your destiny. First two cards, and you may be somebody that's a a caregiver, or somebody that's compassionate. You're being compassionate for someone here. Something that maybe your destiny is. Maybe you're helping someone in your life. This could be anybody. This could be your family. This could be a workplace. But this is bringing you miracles, and I feel like this is helping you to recharge and love again after grief, right? So recharging your batteries after grieving. You may have lost a pet, um, but feel like even though you don't fit in a situation here, I feel like you have learned a lot about, like, city life or situations and stuff like that. You have gained a lot of wisdom that has taught you how to like gain your own power back by doing that self-love that everybody needs to do for themselves. So I feel like you've been in vanity for a long time, but you at least learned from it, and this has taught you to have self-love and to love yourself and know your self-worth. You have a destiny, and that's the Queen of Cups. So what is this for Saggies? What is the destiny here talking about? How you're using your energy to recharge? How are you using your energy to recharge your battery and gaining confidence? Um, by realizing that any personal growth, you have to leave things behind, right? Like if you want a tree to do well, or if you want a plant to do well, and you see like a leaf that is going yellow, you pull it off, right? And it does better, like is what is saying. Personal growth always means leaving something behind. So you've gone through spiritual transformations, you've gone through grief and endings, right? And I feel like something was destined. And what is destined here? What is it that was destined? Um, so we have the nine of Pentacles in reverse. That talks about not being grounded, stable in your life, but also it's asking you to step back from a situation that happened, and so you don't take with you um, what you don't want anymore. You know what I mean? Excuse me, what you don't want anymore. So that was something that was destined to happen. You need to look back from the situation and gain a different perspective of why it all happened, why the ending happened here, Saggies. Okay, and that's when you're gonna find the balance in your life and peace in your life. Is knowing that something was that it was bound to happen, okay? Whatever happened, you need to step back and you need to let that go. If it's ended, that you need to let it go, for better, for worse, right? So at least you know. So on this card here, it actually says it is better. It is. It. What is that word? I can't see. It. Oh, a situation has ended, and it's for better or worse. Like, it has ended. Whether it's for a good reason or a bad reason, it has ended. So now you need to step back and look at it from a different, from afar, because it has really thrown you off, right? The Nine of Pentacles in reverse. It has made you, dependent on others, or it has made you, like, lack of confidence. It has made you, like, feel drained. All right? So you need to step back from a situation and find your balance again. Saggies, okay? And then below that it says that you are communicator, and you allow to express what it is best for everyone. So you're allowed to express what's best for everyone, and there will be justice and balance in your life. You use your intuition to solve your own, to have your own moral compass, Saggies. So if you're not okay with it, then you don't do it, right? So what is miracles here? What is the miracles here for Saggies that'll help you to recharge your battery? Knowing how resilient you are, and believe in yourself. Have the courage to continue, and also work on your work balance is important to protect your energy, your creativity. So it's important to protect your creativity. So at work, like, you know what I mean? Ask for help, but make sure that you trust the people that you ask for help. All right, Saggies? And believe in yourself. All right, Saggies, that's what I got for you. I am so tired, guys. Where's everybody? Thanks for being here, for the people that are still here. Next, we're going to do Capricorns. What time is it, guys? Do you guys know? We're going to go to Capricorns. Say solar plexus. Solar plexus. How do you recharge Capricorns? So we got 3 more to go. 3 more signs to go. All right, Capricorns. How do you recharge your battery? How do you recharge your solar plexus? How do you align your solar plexus, Capricorn? How many accounts are you coming in here on, JB? Capricorns, how are you recharging your batteries? All right, angels. Give me some energy, angels. You're going by instinct. You're listening to your instinct, Capricorn. That's how you recharge your battery. And I feel like for some of you, you have a quest to go on here in your life. So this is something that your instinct is telling you, giving you clarity about a quest that you have to go on in your life. Maybe it could be a work situation. This is also enlightenment. So you could be... So enlightenment brings abundance. So, mortality, we're not inhuman. So you realize, Capricorn, that you have a destiny to go on, and it could have to do with some kind of creative endeavor, or like work, or leading someone, guiding someone, showing someone the way, enlightening of how to get abundance in your life by listening to your instincts here. and going on this quest, this work quest, listen to your instincts, is that's how you recharge your battery. And this is how you recharge, is by enlightening, like sharing your wisdom and your knowledge, and that brings abundance. See, when you share your wisdom with someone younger, that's going to bring an abundance. And this is the work that you're doing right now, mental work. And this is a mental quest that you have to go on. It's like communication needs to happen. This is also like movement, because it's air, right? And then this is here the sun, which is something that's going to make you very happy. The sun, well, not the sun, but it's abundance. It's yellow. The sun is yellow. And the same with enlightenment. So this is what's recharging your batteries. And you realizing with this destiny, you realizing that you're not, you're not immortal. It's time to go after your destiny here, because you're not immortal, Capricorn, right? It could be bittersweet, may not be what you wanted exactly, but God knows best than we do. God knows what's better for us than we do. If we knew, then we'd all be happy already. Then we wouldn't be still learning lessons, right, Capricorn? All right, see, what is this quest of work and instinct? What is this quest of work that's bringing in abundance for Capricorns? And that's going to recharge their batteries. All right, we got Taurus, Gemini energy here. We have the King of Swords, which talks about you think things through from all aspects. So this talks about the quest that you're going on. This could be a work situation. This is something your instinct's telling you to do. And this is going to bring in abundance. And then we have speak your mind to solve your problems. So that's the clarity to manifest. What do you need to speak about to be able to manifest this? Who do you need to ask for help, right? There's someone here that you need to ask for help, then ask them for help. Because you are the magician, you are the creating here. So Capricorn, if you need help, this is a work situation that's going to bring in abundance. But you got to speak your mind about what you need, right? Because if you need help, it says reach out for help if you need it. So if there's someone that you could use help from, if that person has the ability to do something that you need help with, you have realized that, you're not immortal, right? You can't do it all by yourself. Even if you are protected, even if you have put that shield around you, you still, we're not immortal, right? So, but we still have a destiny to go on. And, so you're realizing this, so you may need to ask for some help from somebody, but make sure that you ask the person that knows what they're doing, right? Let's see. What is this destiny that you feel like you need some help with, that you feel alone in? We have the Eight of Cups, which talks about leaving a situation. When you make a decision, you take action. And then we have the Sun card. So you could actually dealing with the sun, or just this is how you recharge, right? So do you recharge by when you make a decision emotionally, then you go after it, right? So it says spread your wings and fly. Spread your wings and fly. And so once you make your decision, and that's not your Nine of Cups, your Ten of Cups, you move on, right? You go towards your Ten of Cups. And that has to do with your destiny and immortality and bittersweet. And that is the Four of Wands, which talks about being ready for any opportunity you have worked for. So if you've been working for something, you've been asking for something and praying for something, if it comes in, make sure you recognize it, right? And take action. So even it may not be exactly what you think, but it doesn't have to be. We don't always gain control. All right, let's see. What is bittersweet here when it comes to you recharging in this situation, in this reading for Capricorns? The Four of Wands. So be ready. Be ready when the opportunity comes in, when it comes knocking, okay? So we have Taurus energy at the bottom of the deck here. It says, look back on what you have achieved. Give what you have achieved gives you the learning to get your goals. Okay, so whatever you've learned from the past, this is leading you to goals that you've had. Okay, and it says, how can you enjoy celebrate love today? Um, your success may be in a difficult stage, and you need to ask for help because you're not immortal, right? That's what it's showing me. It's just going around in circles. So like, when a reading starts repeating itself, then it's when you have to be done with the reading, because it's already telling you you have everything that you have the magician here, which means that you can manifest, and anybody that you need in your life to help you, work with you, you can manifest that too, right? Think about it and then ask. All right. Now we're going to go to Aquarius. Why is there only 6 likes and I've done, hold on, 8, 9, 10. I've done 10 readings and there's only 6 likes. Better guys, y'all better like it. If there's been a sign of every sign in here, Aries to Pisces, then y'all better like this video. Or I'm taking all my energy back that I shared with you. Whoever didn't hit that like button, I'm taking my energy back until you hit that like button. Hit that like, it's free. Alright, let's go to Aquarius. Aquarius, what are you that is not funny? Why is that not funny? Alright, let's see. Aquarius. What are you doing to recharge your batteries? What are you doing to recharge your energy? I think it is. What are you doing, Aquarius, to recharge your battery? Yeah, you're not being a victim, is what you're doing. You're not being a victim of love no more, because that fell in reverse. So what you're doing to recharge yourself is you've taken back your power. You're not a victim of love anymore, and you're having faith. You're having faith to create exactly what you want in your life. How else are you recharging your batteries? Miracles. You're calling in miracles. By having faith, you believe in miracles. And miracles are happening for you because miracles are, there's energy that is unlimited for you. I see, Aquarius. I don't know why I saw it like that, but I see a tree stump, like, that tree stump you may have a tree stump in your yard, and it has like it's been cut, right? It may be an old tree, maybe be cut, but if you go sit on that tree, there's like a lot of energy, a lot that's in that tree, I'm feeling, and I've never seen that before. But I'm seeing a lot of like energy coming out of the tree stump. So maybe sitting on it will give you a lot of energy, recharge you. So if any of you guys, doesn't matter what sign you are, but we're in Aquarius right now. But if you have like something like that, you may go sit on that and you may get a lot of energy from that tree stump. So try that out, miracles, right? And you have faith here. You're not being a victim of your heart anymore. And you have faith in miracles, and there may be a tree that you may go sit on, a stump that you may go sit on. You may get positive energy from it and help you to recharge and have more confidence in yourself. And enlightenment. You may get a lot of enlightenment at that if you do that. Like, I don't know why I'm getting this for somebody. This is for somebody. Somebody's got a stump in their yard that they could use to recharge their batteries, to recharge your solar plexus. And when the sun is out, go sit on that. Go sit on that. I use it as a chair. And you may get a lot of enlightened messages while you're sitting on there. That's strange. But it's going to make you very happy. Perception. Perfection. So this enlightenment that you're getting and the miracles that are coming into your life is because you have had faith and you're not a victim of love anymore, and you've been praying for something here, seeing things from a different perception, having a different perception of things. But you may be somebody that's very perfectionist, and like you may sometimes feel like you're running out of energy, right? In the past, when you were in love, or if you focused on love, that's the victimhood, is that somebody may have drained you, right? And now you've focused on your faith, and miracles are happening in your life, and you're gaining a lot of enlightenment, and your prayers are being answered. But they're being answered because you're seeing things from a whole other way, and also this is helping you to expend your energy, and also the enlightenment that you're learning here, Aquarius. What is it that you're not being a victim of anymore? What is victim in reverse? Because you know now, you have foresight. Yeah, the Three of Wands. That's why you're not being a victim anymore. You know, like if something like hurts you, and you know that's that one thing that hurts you, are you gonna keep doing that same thing that hurts you and does the same thing to you? If you're allergic to something, you're gonna keep eating it, or or going around it. You're gonna stop. Like, so that's what you've done. You've learned that about love, is that you're finding your inspiration and taking action. You're seeing things differently. Perception, perfection, enlightenment, miracles, faith, prayer. You may have realized how strong prayer is, and how it helps you to see things from a different perception. Let's see, what is faith talking about here? How you recharge your batteries. You may use all the elements, earth, water, fire, and air, to regain your energy. We have the Wheel of Fortune upright, which is a good sign. Faith here. With faith here, you have whatever didn't kill you made you stronger, and that is your faith. Faith has gotten stronger. Your faith has gotten stronger from, the victim, whoever made you a victim, right? You learned from it. You moved on from it. It bring you foresight, and it didn't kill you. So things have turned around for you, right? So you did hold back a lot of your energy, and it did set you back. But let's see, what are the miracles that are coming in, because you're going to get enlightened about miracles that are coming in for you. Let's see, Aquarius. What are the miracles that are coming in for Aquarius? For having faith. The miracles that are coming in is, look at this. That's the Strength card right there. That's the Justice card. And this card here is like, you make your decision and then you move forward. You don't dwell and think that things are going to get better. Like, you're going to feel differently. Like, oh yeah, you're going to change your mind about something. Like when people change their mind. Oh, we just reconnected. Okay, we disconnected for a minute. But this is about when you make a decision, you go after it now. You don't go back. Even though somebody didn't make you happy. That's the miracle enlightenment that is bringing in miracles, is that you don't let people keep on bringing you back, even though they couldn't give you what you deserved. And so when something that you want, you go after it now. And Justice on the bottom of the deck, it says that your intuition sets your moral. You already know where you're going. So how are you bringing in miracles into your life? In perfection. By knowing that your success was like, by realizing, having the wisdom to know that when things weren't right in life, when things weren't perfect, it was because your success was in a difficult stage. So you realize that it was just a stage, and this is bringing in the miracles, and because it wasn't perfect yet, but it was in the stage. It was in a difficult stage, but you believed in it because you prayed for it. So you've seen it in different perception. You looked at it at a different perception, and this is bringing in expansion energy and recovery. The key to recovery and forgiveness. Tell me your final message here of bringing in your miracles for Aquarius. The Queen of Swords. There you are. It says that your clear communication allows you to express what is best for everyone. So you're good at judge a character. You can judge a situation. You could be, this is judgment, double judgment. Basically, when you make a decision, you make the right decision for everyone, right? You're not as somebody that just thinks of yourself. You are the star, right? So the answering the call to act, create opportunities. So answering the call to action creates opportunities. All right, that's going to be your final message here. The bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Swords, and what is that one there? We have the Empress. Okay, so what it just say here? That last message is very important. And then we got the think things through from all perceptions. Masculine, the feminine, all the sides. That's what I got for you, Aquarius. But last but not least, we're going to go do Pisces now. Pisces. Pisces. I don't know where everybody is today. I guess it's Friday. People are out having parties and stuff and doing stuff. I'm a hermit. Stay home. Alright. Let's see. Pisces. How are you recharging your batteries? Batteries. We have vanity. And then we have creation. So you may be someone that, maybe somebody that doesn't fit in to your average situations. And you may be a little bit different, eccentric. But you are somebody that very creative. You're also somebody that could create energy, clear energy. You could be an energy clearer, like, clearing some negative energy and stuff like that. Right? When you're feeling like vanity. So you may be somebody that is, when you're feeling vanity, when you're feeling like you don't belong or you're not accepted or whatever, then you create energy. So let's see. You create energy and you expand. Look. So you create energy and then you expand your energy, your happy energy, your joyful energy, despondent. So for some of you, you feel ignored, or somebody may feel ignored by you. So enlightenment. So you may have to, like you may have been like hurt in the past when it comes to love, but I feel like you may have felt ignored by someone here, or somebody may have felt ignored by you. Despondent here, but you have learned a lot, about happiness, and you have learned to create and expand your energy. Where before, at the beginning, you felt like you didn't belong, or you didn't fit in, or you didn't understand. But now you create the energy and you share the energy and you expand your energy. And you may realize enlightenment. You may realize that, that sometimes when people, okay, so when you see her face, she's very stressed out, right? So sometimes if you are the child, you may feel ignored by your mother or somebody that you think the world of, and they may be stressed out, so they may not mean to ignore you, but maybe they don't want to share that negative energy with you. You know what I mean? So you may realize that somebody may not want to project their negative energy towards you. So you may feel ignored by them, but they're not really ignoring you. They're protecting you from their energy. You know what I'm saying? So, but you have learned to expand your energy and create energy, is what I see here. And, this is where you came from and what happened before. And you've been hurt and loved, right? You've been tricked. But miracles are happening because you are very powerful. And you will feel you may have gone through some insecurities because you felt rejected, But that is ending here because you have in the enlightenment about why were never ignored. If this was you were never ignored. Somebody was trying to protect you from their energy. If they were feeling very stressed out, if they were feeling very, drained or like frustrated, they didn't want to put that energy onto you. So, sometimes people stay away for a good reason from us, right? This doesn't mean that they don't love us. Right? Let's see. What is this energy here for creation expansion for Pisces? How are you creating and expanding your energy here when it comes to recharging your batteries? We have the Knight of Pentacles, which is taking a moderate approach, and you will always achieve your dreams. So you're taking a moderate approach and, like routine wise as well. And we got Aries Taurus energy, but this is how you create energy, is by being slow and steady wins the race. And whatever didn't kill you made you stronger, right? So you realizing that, you may have been hurt, but it made you stronger. So how are you creating energy and being able to expand your energy here? Expand your energy by that Wheel of Fortune. Because if you didn't go through these hard times, then you wouldn't be able to expand your energy because you wouldn't have learned how to. Or how to protect your energy. You wouldn't have learned that either, right? So you had to go through all these hard times, these karmic things, to be able to create and expand your energy without feeling like this, like feeling ignored or feeling like you're having to ignore someone, right? Take that how it resonates, right? So what is this despondent talking about for Pisces? You may have you may have not wanted to go out and hang out with friends or people and stuff like that because you may have felt drained and you didn't want to project your energy to them, or this is what I said, that how have you learned that, what is it about despondent, what is this that's talking about? And it's like two people are frustrated but for different reasons, right? They both have it wrong, right? And so you may have like not gone out or celebrated a lot, but realizing that you can expand your positive energy, now you can go out and enjoy yourself, right? So what is the Three of Cups talking about? Yes, you haven't been going out because you've been holding back your energy. Maybe you didn't have enough to give to others, You didn't have enough energy to share with others. You had to hang on to what you had. So what is it that you have learned? What is enlightenment here, and what's bringing you a miracle? What is this that's bringing you miracles of energy and enlightenment here? The Queen of Wands, and then we have the Ace of Wands. So it's someone that, so I say, what is bringing you enlightenment? So your spirit, your own soul, your spirit, you're vibrant person. You are structured, confident, and very talented. You can a talent you can always count on, and also taking action on what you're inspired to take action on. That's what you've gotten the enlightenment in. And then we have your intuition sets your moral compass. So your intuition will tell you what's wrong or what you're not agreeing to do. So you learned your energy. You've learned your energy, and now you can share it and expand it to others and manifest whatever you want. So, because you're emotionally grounded, stable, you're very emotionally mature and loving, you're open to receiving and healing love and nurturing that you need. You're open to it. So that's how you learned about this energy. And now you're creating that, manifesting that. Everything you imagine, you can make it real. So anything you imagine, you make that real. All right. Final message for Pisces, King of Cups. So Pisces, male or female, you're both here. We got the Queen of Cups. We have the King of Cups. Oh, I had a song in my head. Something about the good times. Something about the good times. I don't know. Something that song. I don't know. A song popped in my head. Um, you may have randomly songs that's popping in your head, too. Um, my son just laughed. That was funny. Um, you need to support yourself before you can support others emotionally, right? You got to make sure that your emotions are grounded before you open your heart to others for them to, you know, for you to help them with their emotions. But there is success in your life here. You are going to have victory. And the angels already said that at the beginning of the reading. But it says that you have earned every one of your successes. And then there's a new start here. Everything you have worked for is coming together for you, Pisces. All right, that's what I got. The Hierophant. It says understanding the higher beliefs and values and personal boundaries. Thank you so much for being here, guys. Have a beautiful day. And I hope that you go watch all the other chakras. If you haven't watched the other chakras, we got the root chakra. We got the solar. We got the root chakra, we got the sacral chakra, we got this now today's solar plex chakra, and then tomorrow we're doing the heart chakra, and so on until we get the 7 chakras, and then we'll do a different type of reading, okay? So I might in between do a different type of reading, but I don't know if I can have the energy, so I'm not going to make any promises, all right? God bless everyone, and the timestamps will be in this video tomorrow afternoon. All right, so the timestamps for the other videos are all there. Also, go check out the new moon in Aries reading, and also the love energy check-in. He shed, she shed. What he wants to do, she wants to do. Love reading. All right, check out that one. Check out the energy reading and all the other ones that I recently did. All right, so I've been very persistent lately. So I want to also say thank you so much for all the new subscribers. And it's nice to finally see this channel finally starting to see it going up in subscribers again. It was stuck for a little while because I always forgot to tell people to remind them. And so it would be nice if they subscribe, it will help this channel grow, and then eventually it will be able to support me, and then I will be able to do this a lot more. And then the YouTube algorithm will send me out more. All right. God bless everyone. Have a beautiful day. Much love. See you tomorrow.